Within today's video, you guys are going to be mind blown. I feel like you guys are going to be so shook by this news that I'm going to break to you guys today. Actually, I think I may be the very first person to be breaking this news to you guys, and it may be the very first time you have ever heard this on the internet. Mikayla Nogueira is getting called out for lying yet again. I can't believe it, y'all. My mind is completely, I'm totally messing with you guys. Obviously, you guys know this is an ongoing thing when it goes down to Mikayla Nogueira. She is called out for lying probably every other week, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy to me. If I'm keeping it real with you guys, I don't understand like why people feel the need to lie on the internet. Okay, here's my thing about this. Okay, on the internet, everything is forever. Even if you delete the video, somebody probably saved it, somebody probably screen recorded it, took a screenshot of it, whatever the case may be, people are going to have proof of it. Especially when you are a big ass influencer like Mikayla Nogueira, people are going to have proof of these things. So just keep it real and stick with the facts, and like whatever your opinion is, stick by it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you could look very, very dumb with people putting side by side clips of you saying one thing and then saying another. You look really, really dumb. Y'all know that this has been a topic of conversation, especially here up on my channel for quite some time now, the fact that Mikayla Nogueira stays lying. I gotta keep it real with you guys, okay? Mikayla Nogueira obviously has a shitload of fans, and I do feel like whenever I make videos about her, I do get a good amount of hate, okay? I have always kept it cute. I have never said anything like bad about her as far as like her looks, her personality, or even like mocking her accent or whatever the case may be. I have never been dirty like that, because I feel like at the end of the day, us as humans, like our physical bodies, really, it don't mean shit. Do you know what I mean? Like the way you look means nothing. And I hate to see, there's a specific Reddit about Mikayla Nogueira to where they attack her body all the time, okay? Like if you guys were to go onto this Reddit, maybe you guys do know of it, they attack her so much within there, and I'm like, this is actual bullying. Like this is straight up messed up. I do think that people have very valid points within that specific group on Reddit. However, when you are sitting here talking about her body, I can't get behind that, you know, but they do have good points when they do call her out for her lying, okay? And I'm gonna keep it real with you guys because I think that maybe I haven't done a good enough job as to like why I get so irritated with her lying. Y'all know I've made a video before. I literally talk about this video all the damn time up on my channel. You guys can like search for it. Obviously, I have so many videos, especially because I do daily uploads now, but it's titled something along the lines of like, you know, every lie that Mikayla Nogueira has been caught in. I don't know. I did it like 2 years ago. It's literally been so long, maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. And I literally played all in there of how many times she has lied for a brand deal. There has been so many brands, like there was one specifically with the brand Essence to where she said that she didn't like the concealer, didn't like the like coverage of it and all that stuff. So she gave it a negative review, but then as soon as she did a branded video for Essence, all of a sudden she loved the coverage of it and said that it was a great concealer. I'm like, 3 months prior to that video, you just said that it was bad and you did not like the coverage. And then as soon as you're paid for it, you said that you loved the coverage for it and it's so full coverage. That to me is so shady and so manipulative, and it really bothers me, okay? The reason for that being, actually right now I'm currently in Arizona. I brought my Nana with me. She's actually staying at my aunt's house. I'm staying at my brother's house. We just came for like a really long getaway basically. And we're, you know, obviously I'm spending time with my brother. She's spending time with her daughter, which is my aunt. And I have to say, 2 times now, okay, while I have been here, I've been hanging out with her, and she has these things saved on her phone of which she wants to purchase, okay, specifically beauty products. And I'm like, Nana, like I'm sitting here trying to keep in mind my Nana is going to be 76 years old, okay? She doesn't understand that there's like filters on things. She doesn't understand that things are so heavily edited. Like, I am not exaggerating to you guys. Like, I almost feel like I should have took a screenshot. To be honest with you guys, I should have took a screenshot of what is on her phone and then like just to show you guys the type of shit like I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, my poor Nana, y'all, she's so gullible at that age. She's 76 years old. Obviously, she didn't grow up within social media. On top of that, too, she is like slowly going blind from her diabetes. Okay, so this is where I just get so irritated that there's this one picture, and I'm using this as an example. This is not the exact thing. Okay. There's this powder that she wants to try out. I forget exactly from which brand. They do advertising on Facebook, okay? Let's just say they have a person that looks like Betty White on the left-hand side and it says before, okay? And then it has the picture after of a person looking like Gigi Hadid. And my Nana is over here thinking like, oh my God, like look at the before and after. Once again, I'm literally just using the example. The person on the left is clearly older than the person on the right, okay? That's my point, because I don't want you guys thinking like, oh my God, who's using Betty White and Gigi Hadid? No, I'm literally using it as in like an age comparison of like, This picture is so heavily edited that the person on the before section looks like they're about 70 years old. The person on the after looks like they're 20. You know what I mean? And my Nana obviously is so gullible by this type of marketing right here because she doesn't really realize all of these filters. And on top of that, too, she does have very bad eyesight. Okay. So this is where I get so frustrated with seeing people like Mikayla Nogueira getting up on the internet and lying to their viewers just for money. It really bothers me. And you know, another thing that really bothers me too is that people talk shit about me before and saying that I'm like a hater just because she's getting her money, she's getting her bag, and I'm jealous of that. I don't give two shits, okay? Honestly, she just purchased a $4 million house. I say kudos to her for getting that $4 million house. And I have said it time and time again before I even started like calling her out for her lies. She is a really good content creator. Why would I get up on the internet and say she's a good content creator? She's a good makeup artist. I've even said that before. I said she's very entertaining. Why would I say all those things if I'm a hater? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so easy for me to get up on the internet and just bash her for all these things, but I don't, because the truth of the matter is I think that she is a great content creator and she does put in hard work. Homegirl uploads like 3 TikToks a day. That takes a shitload of work. And she obviously has the algorithm down to a T. And we got to give credit for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, people calling me a hater is so crazy. I'm like, no, I get frustrated with shit like this because I have my Nana sending me pictures of like, oh, do you think this beauty product works? Or, oh, I have very little eyelashes. Do the before and after? I'm like, Nana, if you guys have seen beauty ads on Facebook, they are so ridiculously fake. I'm like, oh my Lord. So I have to tell her that's fake. That's a scam, because obviously she doesn't know about all of these things, you know? Like her, I feel like she has that old mindset of like just being very gullible about things, because way back in the day, they didn't have editing like this. You know what I'm saying? So now you could like literally edit on some eyelashes and obviously I will be able to tell the difference, but she wouldn't be able to tell the difference. This is why I get so frustrated with Mikayla Nogueira, because I'm like, homegirl, when you are as famous and successful as Mikayla Nogueira, you can work with any brand that you want. I have said this time and time again. When you are that famous and you love a mascara, reach out to that brand and say, hey, I love this mascara so much. I would love to promote it. Do you guys have it within your budget to do a sponsored post with me? She can do that. Her team knows that and she knows that, okay? She knows that she has the power to work with any brand that she wants to. So why not specifically only work for the brands that you love? And why not specifically only promote the products that you love? It has been called out now time and time again of her lying about products. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what really just turned me off about her. I actually used to follow her. I told you guys this before, and I really did enjoy her content, even though everyone would talk shit about her and say her accent's fake and all that. And I'm like, as soon as I started seeing the lies for myself, I was like, I don't like this. Like, I really don't. To me, it's so grimy. The fact that you're over here selling out for $1, like that is so crazy. But I do know at the end of the day, obviously, okay, and this is why I never made it within the beauty industry, is you do got to take every damn offer that comes your way, because you're over here like, oh my gosh, when am I going to get my next brand deal? I totally get that. And I think that's where I failed, because every single time that I got hit up by a beauty brand to do a collaboration, there's a couple times now where I'm like, this one brand, which I don't even think is around anymore, it was called like Cherry something. They sent me some products and I was like, no, like honestly, like straight up, I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do this collaboration after all, because I did not like the products, you know? And obviously I ruined my bag right there. You know what I mean? And I do think that sometimes being overly honest obviously could end up hurting you in the long run, but I really think it's more important to have morals, okay? And that's why I say, like with Mikayla Nogueira, I'm like, girl, come on. Like, now that she's at the level that she's at, I do have to say, I'm not justifying it, okay? What I'm saying is it's understandable. If you're a smaller influencer and you're like, damn, I don't really like this product, but they're offering me $1,500 to do a sponsorship, I could understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like you don't know when you're going to come across this big of a paycheck again. Do you know what I mean? And all you have to do is make one, 60-second video about it. Like, I totally get that. But when you're the size of Mikayla Nogueira, you have the luxury and the privilege to work with any brand that you want to, because of your following count and because of your viewer count. And that's where I get so irritated at her. And that's where I'm just like, oh, you're grimy. Like, why do you have to lie? But within today's video, we're going to be talking about her lying. I have to say this, I've said it before, I think she's a compulsive liar, but now I'm starting to see like, oh, she legitimately is a compulsive liar. Like, I almost said that like being facetious and like kind of making a joke about something serious, you know what I'm saying? However, now I've definitely seen like, oh, you're lying about this? Like, damn, you're just a straight up liar. Like, straight up, like before, even though I think it is wrong, I could always in my head at least understand why somebody would lie for a bag, because these brands are offering like $100,000 to do one TikTok. Do you know what I mean? So then when you say, oh shit, all I gotta do is try out this product, all I have to do is upload one 60-second TikTok and get paid $100,000. I get it. I totally understand why people sell themselves out, because hello, getting that big of a check is kind of like, well shit, I'm not gonna pass up $100,000. I get it. However, what you guys are going to see within this clip today, it's like, oh, she just lies about anything, okay? Because this is actually not makeup related. She actually did this panel, which I don't even know what the panel was for. You guys are going to see, and she's literally up there lying. I did actually get this clip, okay, from the Reddit that talks about her. This Reddit, I am so I guess like 50-50 on. I'm like, woof, a lot of the things that I see within there, they do call her out for lying, okay? And they do, I'm gonna be real with you guys. This is how I saw before. Oh my gosh, damn, she lies so much. I did see it first within that Reddit group. However, I hate that they talk shit about her body and they talk shit about her looks and they just like roast her for her looks because I think at the end of the day, that is so childish and so immature to sit there and just talk trash about somebody's looks. And I feel like that's like low hanging fruit to just sit here and bash somebody for the way that they look. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I think it's very messed up. However, I do think that they are valid within their points of calling her out for lying, okay? I do want to say this before getting into it, okay? That this is the type of thing that you have to deal with some of her followers. And I gotta say, people are so delusional, okay? They actually posted this comment from underneath one of Mikayla's videos, okay? And said, I don't understand why she gets so much hate. Oh, she lies. Who cares? Everyone lies. I don't care if she does lie or not. I love her. She is very inspiring. I think all the haters are just jealous. Also, I ordered POV and I will be getting it in the mail Friday. I'm so excited for it. Oh, excuse me, indigestion. I have to say, people like that, like, I almost feel bad for them because I'm like, okay, something is obviously wrong with you upstairs. Okay, just keeping it real. Like, this person has to be a little bit slow because who literally sits here and says, oh, well, everyone lies? Who says that? Like, when you're lying about a product, like, honestly, this is what is so crazy to me. And maybe it's because I grew up close to my Nana and knowing that she is gullible when it comes down to beauty products. Maybe that's why I took everything to heart so much more. And maybe this is why everything meant so much more to me to give a real authentic review is because of that. And maybe these people don't know what it's like to be scammed. Do you know what I mean? Like when you go out of your way, and honestly, I'm not even trying to get like way too personal because my nana would like kick my ass, but she's on a fixed income, okay? Like she's on EBT, she's on, Medicaid, like she's on all of the assistance, okay? And for her, whenever she gets a little bit of money to purchase something and she's really expecting it to work and then it doesn't work because she literally is over here like being sold a lie, I get so mad by that. I really do. And I start getting very like defensive. Do you know what I mean? And that's where I start getting angry towards people like Mikayla because it's like, don't you know that you have gullible people out there? You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you are totally okay getting on the internet and lying about a product just because you're making money, to me, that comes across as soulless. And I do not like that, okay? And I know that people are going to talk shit about me and call me X, Y, and Z. That's totally fine. I'll take it because at the end of the day, I feel like my heart is in the right place. And I feel like I have, a very valid point to feel the way that I do about compulsive liars when it comes down to people lying about beauty products. Because it's like, oh my gosh, like there are so many products out there that I am so sure that, say, for example, if this brand is hitting you up to promote this mascara, if you don't like that mascara, you could hit up the other brand that you do like. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyways, fans like that, I am sorry. It's crazy to me. Here's where I have to say, okay, and I almost feel like I'm going to sound bipolar to you guys, but it goes back to the whole body thing. These are pictures that the, Reddit post about her. You guys can see one is that she posted, two is a candid photo, okay? This is where, and in this forum, I'm sitting over here and I low-key, if I'm being honest with you guys, I get a little bit irritated with this forum because they post so many pictures that Mikayla posts this one, and then there's a, Mikayla in the wild photo, and she looks completely different. You guys, every single picture that I post by my own will, if I'm taking a selfie, is going to look better than you taking a picture of me walking by in the street or sitting down at a restaurant. Of course, I'm going to look fat and haggard because I'm not getting my best angles. If I'm taking my own selfie, I'm obviously getting my best angle, and that's what the most of us do. Do you know what I'm saying? Sure, if you guys go on my Instagram just because I'm a real ass bitch, I really do post tore up pictures of myself laying down and looking all types of busted because I'm like, hey, this is the real shit at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I don't ever want to front. However, when you post pictures like this side by side, it's like, one is of her posing. Obviously, she's holding her drink and she obviously has her angles. The next one, somebody obviously took of her. This is where I say, excuse me, this is where I say, like, people that post and do things like this, you're only validating her point more oh my gosh, you're only validating her point more to write everybody off as a hater and say that they're just talking trash. You know what I'm saying? Even though people have very valid points, but when she gets on the internet and she sees shit like this, then obviously in her head she could just say, oh, they're just haters. And it's like, stop doing shit like this, because that's so dumb. How are you going to compare the picture to the left to the picture to the right? One's candid, one's like obviously, you know, like posed for. So that's why I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, why do you do this? Because everyone on there says she always uses filters, she always does this, she does this, she edits her face, she face tunes her face, all this stuff. And hey, maybe she does, but at the end of the day, you can't compare a posed photo, okay, compared to a candid photo. It's obviously going to look way different, okay? Anyways, y'all. Oh, by the way, this is another picture that they had posted right here, because one that she had posted, this is from her panel, and I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, she looks way more tan, her face looks more slim, and like all this, I totally get that, but at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, you're comparing a non, you know, posed photo to a posed photo. Obviously, they're going to look different. Like, y'all, being that I am fat and I got like, you know, so much like double chin right here, like every picture that I take, I literally hold my phone up like this. So, of course, my face is going to look slimmer compared to if you took a picture of me like this. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyways, y'all, I'm rambling over here, but things like that, I really do feel like people are missing the mark on. Let that shit go, because there are bigger fish to fry when it comes down to Mikayla Nogueira. This next clip that I want to play right here is where she is on this panel and she is talking about a competition, and she says that she won the competition for basically pitching to be an influencer as like a career. But then you guys are going to see that she actually placed 4th. Okay, this is where I'm just like, why would you lie about this? Check it out.
When I entered high school, I entered a business competition.
Between the ages of 15 and 17, I decided to enter a young business entrepreneurship competition,
where I pitched essentially being an influencer to a panel of judges.
I created this really intense business plan that said, this is how I would run my business as a makeup artist. I presented it to judges and I got 4th place.
But I ended up winning the competition, and then I pitched it nationally. I was trying to prove that you could do this as a career, and I was only 16 at the time. And then
and I got 4th place.
I ended up winning the competition.
There, y'all heard it for yourself right there. Homegirl just felt the need to lie over that. Honestly, I gotta say before, yes, I called her a compulsive liar. However, I was saying that before, once again, being facetious. But now I see like, oh shit, she really is. Because before, honestly, I just thought that she would lie about beauty reviews because obviously she's trying to get her bag up and she's doing a sponsorship. So I get that. But now seeing that she lies about that, I'm just like, oh my God, homegirl is just a compulsive liar. Because like, why would you need to lie about that? You could have been up on the panel and said that you placed, you know, 4th or 3rd or whatever she said. Like, girl, you could have just said that rather than saying you won. Like, which one is it? Because obviously, once again, when you are going to be lying upon the internet, obviously people are going to fact check your ass. So that's why I just keep it real. If you keep it real, you don't have nothing to worry about, because if you literally say, hey, I think this way, and then I think this way, then bam, you don't have to lie about that. Rather than saying, I think this, and I think that, and I think this, and I think that, because then you don't know which lie to keep up with. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.